Hey, what's up guys? We're here today with Keith Colodny from Precision Aerial Filmworks, here to talk to you guys about some professional drone work. So I know you have a lot of awesome toys. Do you want to tell us about some of them?
Yeah, we've got multiple aircraft. We've got DJI Inspire 2s. We've got a Alta 8 made by Freefly. We also have other toys that are unrelated to aerial, which is we have RC cars, which we have 2 PAF rovers. And we also have other shit that I can't think of right now. So that's cool.
So while I'm sitting here with one of the industry experts, let me get your thoughts on the use of drone work in film and music videos.
Well, I think aerials in general have a place. I think real aircraft, helicopters, and fixed wing still have a place. There's a lot of things that you can do with a drone that you can't do with a helicopter. I work on a helicopter as well, and I definitely think they have their place in feature films and even smaller films if you have, access to them. But that wide shot at the beach you can get with a real helicopter, but following that wide shot down into the city and through an alleyway is where it stops with a helicopter.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the projects you worked on?
As far as music videos, we did Purple Lamborghini, which was a Colin Tilley project with Skrillex, Rick Ross, and Jared Leto.
Was Jared Leto in character the entire time? I've heard things about him playing the Joker, that he just was relentless in his method acting.
Jared Leto came out in the Joker costume, full costume, and I'm like, is that Jared Leto from the Suicide Squad movie? And they're like, shh.
Wow.
That's the Joker.
Another really cool music video you worked on was Stereotypes and Pitbull featuring E40. Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
That was an interesting one, and I gotta say that almost all music videos seem to be a cluster.
No, they're all shit shows. I do them all the time.
This particular video you're talking about probably had a crew of 150.
Oh my God.
And at least 25 strippers, probably 50, but they could have been mixed in with other girls.
It's my kind of shoot.
They did say that they had a boat, which I always ask if it's got a flat surface and plenty of room for us. But when we went to get on, they decided that they should transport the 15 to 16 strippers that they needed on that boat. And we needed to fly while they were on the boat. This was an interesting situation.
Were you flying the DJI or the
This
Alta?
was a DJI Inspire 2.
Okay, with the X7?
With the X7. This big boat became a small boat. The drone needed to be hand launched and hand caught. They had the girls. Most of them were gonna be out on jet skis, but they also decided they were gonna put some of them on rafts. So they put 4 of them on rafts, and the current was really strong that day. And by the time they set up and turned around, the girls were gone.
Turned around, you lost a couple strippers.
Yeah, they're about 250 to 300 yards away, with no way to get back, sitting on large pink flamingos. So, which is perfect, it's right up your alley.
There's no waterfalls in Florida, so keep that in mind.
Yes.
No strippers were harmed in that production.
Well, we'll go with that.
I think I'm gonna have to cut that part.
No, but it all worked out. It usually does.
So as you know, I do a lot of music videos. What should I look for when I'm hiring a drone operator?
Obviously, that they're legal. I always recommend that as long as budget permits, you try to fly the same camera that you're shooting with. Otherwise, why not just shoot the entire video with that drone?
Yeah, I've come across that a few times where I've used a lower end drone and I'm shooting it with the Ursa Mini or a Red, and I try to put the footage together, or at least try to grade them together, and it just looks awful.
Well, you know what? You're not looking for something like a GoPro in the air. You're looking for an extension of the camera that you have on the ground. And if you can't use the same camera, that's fine. Try to match the resolution and sensor size at least. I mean, if you're shooting with, say, a Red on the ground, which is a Super 35 sensor, then the Inspire 2 with the X7 camera has a Super 35 sensor. It shoots up to 6K RAW. There's nothing wrong with that. As far as the people that you're hiring, what you should look for, I would suggest looking for somebody that's got 2 things: experience in flying, either RC or real aircraft or for film, and someone with experience in filming, in the industry, or at least as a photographer, so they can speak the lingo, understand how to frame a shot, can take recommendations from the director.
You could definitely tell the difference between an experienced operator and somebody who just bought something a couple weeks ago.
I can tell you now that there is no way that you will get the dynamic, artistic, and technical shots with one person that you can with a dedicated camera op.
I know the battery life on a lot of drones aren't the greatest, and I know you've been finding some ways to combat that by building your own, charging cases and mobile units and all that. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
One of the things that a director or a project manager should always ask for is the ability of the company to keep up with the rest of the set. And sometimes they forget that the most important thing is charging. Battery management.
I've made that mistake before.
Oh, absolutely. Battery management is huge. I mean, you show up to a big set and they've got, trucks that are dedicated to charging batteries. They never halt the production for batteries, and the drone company shouldn't either.
So thank you very much for your time. How can people find you on social media?
PAFilmworks.com or @Precision Aerial.
I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you have any comments or questions, please comment below and make sure to subscribe.